This is the money timeline.
Right now, a silent revolution is unfolding. But it's not happening in the streets. It's taking place under the cold lights of massive, empty factories. China is playing the ultimate high-stakes game, replacing its own biological workforce with an army of metal and code. This isn't science fiction. This is Beijing's desperate escape plan from an oncoming demographic catastrophe. In the coming decades, China's population is projected to shrink so fast that there simply won't be enough humans left to run the factories, deliver packages, or care for the elderly. The state's solution? Humanoid robots. But will this radical bet actually pay off? Or will it push millions of highly educated, unemployed youth into a political boiling point? Today, we are going behind the scenes of the silent transition that is about to reshape the global economy. Don't go anywhere, because this story affects all of us. Section 1. The demographic collapse. Let's start with a chilling projection. According to United Nations estimates, China's working-age population, currently sitting at around 1 billion, is projected to collapse to just 300 million by the year 2100. That is more than two-thirds of today's labor force, completely gone. How did they get here? Decades of the strict one-child policy created a massive demographic time bomb. Today, young Chinese adults face extreme living costs and a grueling work culture, leading to historic lows in birth rates. The old economic engine of China was built on cheap, limitless human labor. Now, that engine is running out of fuel. To keep the world's factory running, Beijing has no choice but to build a new class of worker, one that doesn't sleep, doesn't strike, and never ages. Section 2. A state-driven robot mobilization. President Xi Jinping saw this coming. Back in 2014, just 2 years into his leadership, he declared that China must not only adopt robotics, but master the global market. Today, this is known as the drive for new productive forces, a state-backed push to fuse AI, autonomous machines, and digital networks into a post-human manufacturing model. The government has ordered state-owned enterprises to aggressively deploy AI. The target: installing at least 10,000 advanced commercial robots nationwide this year alone. The backing? A staggering $150 billion in funding over the next 2 decades. But here is the massive contradiction. China is currently fighting a severe domestic economic slowdown. Youth unemployment is at record highs, consumer confidence is shaken, and the real estate market is in crisis. Around 320 million citizens rely on precarious gig economy jobs. Beijing's priority isn't creating jobs, it's preserving productivity. The CEO of Chinese e-commerce giant JD.com recently warned that 700,000 delivery workers could soon lose their livelihood to automation. And this isn't just a Chinese phenomenon. In the US, Amazon is aggressively rolling out warehouse robots, making it clear that keeping up with the technological shift is more important than preserving traditional job structures. Section 3. The real fear: political unrest. Let's look at the human cost. In China, the people most vulnerable to losing their jobs to AI aren't rural farmers. They are highly educated, middle-class, urban young adults. And that is Beijing's true nightmare. If rural low-income workers lose their jobs, they rarely have the resources or organization to challenge the state. But a generation of highly educated, internet-savvy city dwellers with broken promises of a bright future? That is a political tinderbox. Beijing's absolute priority is political stability. The leadership wants to prevent any scenario that could mirror the youth-led uprisings of the past. They are managing this transition with extreme caution. But the numbers showing the speed of this shift are absolutely overwhelming. Section 4. The Robot Invasion in Numbers. According to the International Federation of Robotics, the number of industrial robots in Chinese factories doubled between 2021 and 2024, reaching 2 million. Get this, last year, China installed more industrial robots than the rest of the entire world combined. While the global average is 132 robots per 10,000 workers, China has surged to 166. China manufactures 90% of the world's humanoid robots. Their shipments are expected to jump from 15,000 last year to 50,000 this year alone. Are these humanoid robots ready for prime time? Honestly, they still struggle with complex, non-repetitive tasks. But Chinese developers are closing the gap fast. Using sensor-equipped wearable gloves, they are recording the muscle and hand movements of master human craftsmen and feeding that data straight into AI neural networks. The robots are learning to mimic human precision, stitch by stitch, screw by screw. And the service sector isn't safe either. At major Chinese hotel chains, guests check in via kiosks, and robots deliver room service. Some locations have reduced their staff-to-room ratio to 0.1. That means a 100-room hotel that once needed 30 employees now runs on just 10 humans. The question of what happens to the other 20 is left unanswered. When you put it all together, China's robot revolution is a perfect storm of demographic collapse, economic pressure, and political survival. In the short term, today's younger generation will pay the price of displacement. But in the long term, this automated army might just secure China's position as the world's ultimate exporter. The real question is, how ready is the rest of the world to compete with a competitor that never sleeps? How long until a robot can do your job? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.